seem like we feel the same. We love what we hate. We lie, but we know we can't. Why do it?
How to acknowledge the author and the finisher of our faith. Hello guys, this is Yundel, and today's share is about acknowledging who is the author and the finisher of our faith. I am sharing this with you based on what I have read in the scripture today. I cannot go all throughout the day without reading some inspirational verses from the scripture. And why is that? Because life is hard and I cannot survive life without any inspiration. And I am sharing this with you in hope it can help you too. Life has never been easy. Each and every one of us facing different kinds of trials, different kinds of difficulties every day in our walk of life. It is what it is. It cannot be avoided that we face trials in our life journey every day. And to help that we can have a positive mindset, we have to acknowledge the author and the finisher of our faith. Faith is very important when we are living in this life. And I am sharing this with you because I believe in God. And again, I have to remind you, this is not about religion. This is about my spiritual practice, believing that I have God in my life, believing that God is with me all the time. Yes, I survive life despite of the difficulties, despite of the hardships I am facing every day, because I acknowledge Him that He is the author and the finisher of my faith. It is very important that we know who we are believing for. When we know who we believe in, it really helps us to have the hope, to have the motivation, to have the inspiration to keep on going even we are struggling. Yes, it cannot be avoided. We are going to face different kinds of challenges in this life journey. But my point here, we have to learn how to handle it. We have to learn how to have a good attitude towards our problem, even it seems so hopeless. But if you believe in God, there's always hope. You can comfort yourself that He is with you all the time and He's not going to forsake you. He's there to guide you and lead you every step of your way, every day. Yes, this is how I survive life. I invite Him into my life every day, knowing that I cannot make it all through the day without His guidance, without His protection, without His blessing. Yes, I am sharing this with you because each and every one of us have some beliefs, right? We believe into something. You believe into Allah, you believe into Buddha, you believe the universe, or what you are believing for. It is very important that you can acknowledge that belief, that is the author and the finisher of your faith. Yes, I am sharing this with you because I am been practicing this in many years, and it is already proven that I get the result I needed when I needed him the most. But this cannot be done without consistent communication with him. Believe in him, call upon him, invite him into your life every day, and you are fully protected by him. I am sharing with you what is written in Hebrews 12:2. Looking unto Jesus, the author and the finisher of our faith. We all have a story of how we see ourselves and our future. It comes from how we were raised. What people have said, our successes and failures. Perhaps your story is negative, but don't believe those negativity. We must learn to move on into a positive mental attitude every day. Yes, do you know what's stopping you of believing who is the author and the finisher of your faith? You're being limited by what you believe about yourself, by how you see your circumstances. The story that you've been reading will override what anyone says. It's even more powerful than the fact that you can incredibly gifted and have a great personality, but if you tell yourself that you're average, your gifts won't come out as they should. Acknowledging that God is the author and the finisher of our faith, He already write the story of our life. God says His plans for you are for good, to give you a future and a hope. He calls you a masterpiece. He calls you valuable, victorious, and an overcoming. The key is to get your story in line with God's story. Yes, God is the author of our story, and He will finish what He has written for our life. We must acknowledge that His plan for us are for good, to give us a future and a hope. We must understand that He is helping us to get our story in line with His story. He has already written the story of your life. So we must look upon Him, for He is the author and the finisher of our faith. When you believe in Him, you have to acknowledge that you have faith in Him, you believe in Him, that He is there for you, leading you and guiding you every day. To acknowledge that He is the author and the finisher of our faith, we have to tell our own story. The story that God gives you the hope, the inspiration, the story that God tells you that you are valuable, you are talented, you are gifted, you are a masterpiece. Tell yourself your good story that God had gifted you. You are talented because God gave you that. Each and every one of us acknowledge God in some other way. But the scripture says, we have to acknowledge Him as He is the author and the finisher of our faith. We have different kinds of understanding when it comes to this matter. But believe me, I'm just sharing with you the way I practice my life, that I am inviting Him into my life every day, knowing that I am dependent on Him, knowing that I cannot make it through the day without His blessing. Yes, I believe in Him. When you believe in Him, you are doing what He says. You are acknowledging Him as the author and the finisher of your faith. I know this is not an easy share because believing in the unseen, He is the unseen, it becomes so very difficult. But if you have God within your heart, it becomes easier for you to acknowledge all these things. This is Yundet. Thank you for listening. Thank you for dropping here in my channel. I am very grateful to each and every one of you supporting me here in my life journey. I am just sharing with you the verses in the scripture that inspire me today, and I hope it can inspire you too. I love you all, and bye-bye.
Like we feel the same, we love what we hate.